I thank the Speaker, I thank the distinguished ranking member and chairman of the subcommittee and the ranking member and chairman of the full committee, and especially Ms. Berkeley for her initiative on this important resolution. One of the greatest privileges of my service here over the last 15 years is representing Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which played a critical role in the defense of our country from the Manhattan Project forward. As we know, since 1942, almost 750,000 people have worked in this industry, the nuclear industry. Some of our citizens in this country have been called during war to serve in the uniform of our country. Some volunteered, some mandatorily. Many were in tanks, in airplanes, ships, submarines. Many were in our plants and our facilities doing the same kind of work in a different venue, just as patriotic, just as sacrificial, and they haven't received at different times the due that they deserve. But day after tomorrow, October the 30th, 2009, all across the country in different places, people will come together for this important commemoration, a day of recognition and remembrance, remembering those that have gone on. As the chairman said, many have died from the very illnesses that they got from their service and their sacrifice. Their families suffered a lot with them because they became ill doing this work in very difficult and unhealthy environments. Years ago here in the Congress, about 10 years ago, I was one of the original authors of the legislation to compensate those people that became ill. Commonly known as the sick worker legislation. The acronym is EOIPCA, the hardest one to memorize. Democratic administration, Clinton administration, Republican Congress, and we hammered out and forged a benefit program for these sick workers. I want to thank on the floor of the House today Senator Fred Thompson, who stood up as a Republican with me at the time and others in a bipartisan way to provide this benefit to these families. Many of these families received $150,000 for the direct illnesses that they received from their extraordinary sacrifice. And as we remember those that have died, we need to thank as a nation all of those who became ill because of their exposure to these very chemicals and these toxicities that have been talked about on the floor today, but also recognize those that are still out there, that are working, that have survived. Maybe they've retired. It's so very important that we do this because these are patriots who helped us win the Cold War, helped us create the deterrent that has kept the world safer. This nuclear industry is important. These facilities are important. The Department of Energy has played an important role. As we know, the Atomic Energy Commission at that time, which evolved into the Department of Energy. So it's a labor of love to work in a bipartisan way in the Congress to have this official day of recognition and remembrance for all of these workers, past and present and future, frankly, because we're still cleaning up the legacy of this Cold War investment, and that's an important investment as well for our country to make. It's an honor and a privilege to co-author this resolution with Congresswoman Berkeley, and again, I want to close by thanking her for taking this initiative because it is an important step. And while many of us, because the House will be in session on Friday, October the 30th, will not physically be there at these remembrances, we are there with you 100% in a bipartisan way as the Congress of the United States comes together. The Senate passed their resolution on May the 20th for this official day of recognition and remembrance for all of these nuclear workers through the years and into the future. The United States of America and the Congress of the United States thanks you and recognizes you and remembers those who have given so much in defense of our liberties. And I yield back.
The gentleman yields back his time.